Moshi Moshi.
How are you doing, Justin?
I am tired.
Yes, that I know innately. Anything else kind of going on in the sphere of Justin?
Anything going on? Anything else going on? Exciting news. I was given a weekend off from work upcoming. And I didn't have to like request the weekend off. They just the schedule generator just went, here you go, kid.
Oh, that's delightful.
And then because I actually put in a request, the following week I have the other weekend off. So I'm working a pseudo 9 to 5, except not really.
Except not at all, but sure.
I'm working Monday through Friday for 2 weeks straight. I'll be living it up like the big kids in the big corporate offices.
Yeah. Now, if we could only get you on actual 9 to 5 hours, that would be lovely.
A boy can dream.
A boy can make that dream a reality if he tries.
I don't know, man. 9 to 5s require like degrees and shit.
No, it doesn't have to be a job. You just get you or like a corporate job like you're talking about. You just get a regular job that doesn't have you work overnights.
Yeah, but then they're like, oh, we need you for like the company's needs and availability. So today it's like 3 to closing, but tomorrow can you open actually? Disgusting.
They're not all like this. Let's have a little bit of hope.
Come on, man. You've seen the job market.
I worked for a pet store that specifically I had separate night and day shifts. The store you currently work for has the same setup.
Nah, chief. They'll throw you up and down, left, right, center, and be like, you gotta do this and then this and be like this. But also, you're okay with all this, right? And I'm like, no. Great. Anyway, see you tomorrow.
Well, I mean, that does happen from time to time. But all right. Well, anyway, what are you here to do today, Justin?
We're here to talk about One Piece. And I think I'd figure out what the One Piece is.
Is it? Oh, okay. Well, let's hear it. What do you got?
Now everyone, excuse me, everyone likes to meme about the answer of the One Piece is the friends we made along the way. And that would be awful. And I think that is largely agreed upon if that were to be the case. But I think the actual One Piece is something not too far off from that. And with such a subtle difference, I think not only is it an acceptable answer for the One Piece, but also one that I think we can all love and accept. The One Piece is truly the lovers we made along the way. The husbands, the wives that we made along the way. So what I'm saying is the love between Sanji and Luffy is the One Piece.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. That might be worse. The lovers?
Yeah, man.
I lovers. So are you shipping then? Are you what is the
I am not doing anything. Oda, on the other hand,
Luigi.
Wait, what?
What's their ship name? What's the Sanji Luffy ship name?
Luigi. Yeah, sounds right. Luigi. Maybe.
Souffle.
Sanfi. No, that's worse. Luffy has
Sanfi.
But I mean, it's not the only one in there. I mean, there's Lalu. There's honestly, the One Piece is just Luffy and all his husbands.
So the One Piece is just like a marriage certificate, basically, for this polyamorous.
Yes, and it has every single partner's name on it. It is truly,
or is it polygamy?
Yes,
polyamorous is just a relationship.
Yes. It is truly the testament of progress that our world needs and wants to emulate.
Well, I admire the progressive nature of your proposal for the One Piece. I just have a feeling that, call me crazy, that Oda probably didn't make this the One Piece. I got to be honest with you.
Nah, Oda's an ally, bro. He supports the polyamorous home.
Unless Oda's been getting in far deeper with progressive ideals than I think probably anyone would have ever thought. I feel as though this might not be the case.
Oda is actively lobbying for these progressive ideas to be put into law. Not just in Japan, but all across the globe.
It's just, and he's doing it through his cartoon.
Listen, man, Oda has a lot of sway. All right, bro. He got. I mean, was it him? It might have been him. But I remember when who was that gentleman's name? Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball. When that man unfortunately passed. A whole legislative person from France got on like national television and like, you know, had a moment dedicated to him. You think Oda don't got that kind of sway, bro? If anything, he has more sway than that.
Yeah, but it took Toriyama's death to do that.
And Oda doesn't have to do all that. Oda has respectfully surpassed Akira Toriyama. And I don't think that's a hot take.
That might be a hot take.
That it shouldn't be, but I digress. And just like Oda knows what he's doing, bro. He's got big Shueisha behind him, bro. All right. He's got the backing of one of the biggest manga publishers / anime publishers of all time.
Right. So did Toriyama. This. I don't know which one it is, but I'm sure Toriyama had it in big with whoever they were working with for Dragon Ball.
But Toriyama wasn't like, you know, he wasn't trying to make moves like this. He was just writing his mangas. He was just big chilling, being an artist. Oda's a revolutionary. Oda's all about change, clearly.
Right. That's yeah, for sure. Well, on that note, I guess we should jump on into it with a very little summary here.
The summary, that thing we read every week. Yeah, we don't really got one of those this week. Summary supply chain is backed up for miles, kids. I foresee that we will not have a summary for at least a few days. You know, how about you come back next weekend and see if we restock on summaries by then?
What do you mean no summary?
Supply chain issues.
What is this? What is the supply chain issue shit? It does. It's just all you got to do is write some words. There's no supplies,
bro. There's you grossly misunderstand the summary economy, bro. There's so much that goes into it. You don't just show up and get a summary, man. That's not how it works.
I write several summaries a month too with Panda View. What are you talking about?
Listen, man, I ain't got it like that. All right.
I'm intimately familiar with the supply chain.
I don't know, man. Maybe it sounds like you're on the dark web or something. I don't know.
The dark web. Okay. You know what? I'm over it. Let's just talk about this. Let's just talk about this show. I'm over it, and I'm over you.
Honestly, same, bro.
What are we looking at this week here, Justin? We got some stuff happening.
I can't tell. This is one of those weeks where we are shifting gears or not. Like, I don't want to say nothing happened, but it feels like we are either getting onto the narrative highway or getting off the narrative highway to change to a different scene, scenario, etc. I'm sure you get what I'm putting down here. See, I guess I'm just curious about like what are we setting up for? What's going on? What's around the corner? Really, that's my question.
Well, we're starting to get the band a little back together here. We've taken control of the Mirro world for the most part, and we've just started collecting all of these people that had been scattered around Whole Cake. The only one we're missing now is Luffy himself and technically Sanji, I guess. So it seems as though the plan is to kind of get them all together and then bounce, assuming they can even get Sanji as part of this, because they've got the power of the Mirror world. They've just hijacked this hub world now, and the rules honestly are a little loosey goosey with how exactly they use it.
How so? I feel like before we had no answers and now we have all the answers.
Well, I just mean that when they want to very particularly use the mirror or not, they're kind of unsure exactly how they want this to happen. So my point here is when they're faced with, I'm going to jump to the last episode here. When they're faced with this problem of rescuing Brook, they need free access to the mirror. At which point they're like, okay, in order to freely go back and forth between this mirror, we're going to stick Brûlée in between both so that we can just go back and forth. However, in other instances before this that we see in the previous 2 episodes, you don't have to put Brûlée in the mirror to traverse it, or even be the one contacting Brûlée to traverse it. She can just be nearby, basically, in order for it to go through. At no point before, like when they pull what's his face, they pull Pedro through the mirror so he didn't actually blow himself up. Fine. Chopper's the one who pulled him through along with Carrot, and Brûlée's attached to his back. But like when they get Nami and Jinbe through, they just walk through, you know. At no point is Brule or Chopper in contact with the mirror. She's just nearby and we get to use it, which what's the difference ultimately? Not much. I just thought it was weird that they're going to point out in the last episode that specifically we need to now place Brule at the junction between Mirro world and real world in order for this to happen. It just feels like we didn't really need to do this moment, you know?
No, I agree. In the last episode when we're rescuing Brook, we had to literally use Brule as a key for the mirror. And before that just wasn't a rule we need to abide by, or seemingly so. So I understand this criticism and I agree with it. Man, I don't even want to skip past it. That Brook rescue was that was something.
I mean, the whole last episode where we're dealing with this fucking like sketch comedy bit. This feels like an SNL skit here where we've got Big Mom sleeping in the room. We finally found Brook, right? We're in the mirror world. We're getting our use out of it, and we go all the way to like the end of the tracks. Brule is going, haha, that must be that mirror. And they get to the end, and it's this giant fuck off mirror, and it goes to Big Mom's room where Big Mom is sleeping and cuddling Brook like a teddy bear in her hands. And Brook also, hilariously enough, peacefully sleeping as well, you know, just completely knocked out. And he's had a long day. So can I blame him for being tired? No. But also, you know, maybe we try and also escape for ourselves. Maybe we try and help ourselves out of this situation, Brook, or just a little bit. He's looking like a Mrs. Nesbit right now. I'm waiting for Brook to wake up and go, "Don't take me back." My name is Mrs. Nesbit.
You know, I was gonna ask. You think? Big Mom seemed rather fond of Brook.
Yeah.
Post 1v1.
Yeah.
And now she's cuddling with him in bed.
Yeah.
Both are sound asleep. No real care in the world. The big chilling. You thinking something went down off screen between, you know, then and now?
I'm sure they had some kind of mini tea party. Yeah, that sounds about Big Mom.
Tea party, huh? That's what we're calling it these days.
Calling what? I'm sure they just had a nice little dress up party. Big Mom probably got a nice little dress on or something, and
I bet she did.
Probably Prometheus and Zeus
ready to take it off. You know what I'm saying?
No. Take what off? We're having tea and crumpets.
The dress after tea and crumpets.
Dress? What? Of course she did. She had to put on her nightgown afterward too to go to sleep. You wouldn't sleep in the dress.
Yeah, but like, what happened between the dress and the nightgown, bro? Come on.
I mean, I guess she could have gone for a shower. I don't know how long it's been since she took a shower, so she might have.
Christian, I am telling you, Brook laid down some big bone energy prior to his rescue, bro.
What are you talking about,
bro? I'm telling you,
you're an animal.
Bro, Big Mom was already low key kind of rizzed up by Brook just by like, I don't know, the impressive nature of standing up to her
in like a cute, I've got a new toy looking ass way. What do you mean?
He was definitely a toy.
Not that kind of toy. Like she got a new doll, which is basically how she's treating this.
Yeah, she did. She got a whole Ken doll, baby.
Not one of those either. God, no matter what you say, it just ruined. I hate this world.
Domain expansion. Everything's an innuendo.
No, Justin, I don't think this happened.
I think you're in denial.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Listen, I would call it the gutter. I'm just saying. I think this is what happened, bro. Brook is the only one. I mean, maybe not the only one because there's a lot of kids, but like Brook's that kind of guy.
Do you think Big Mom's the type of gal to bone out of wedlock?
Has she actually married any of these men she's had kids with?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like husband might be more of a loose term.
You think it's just a replacement for sexual partner?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think there's some divorce lawyer out there that's made it very big off of handling 40 some odd divorces.
I'd like to speak to Big Mom's divorce lawyer.
Yeah,
I need an interview with that person.
I'm sure he's a very sleazy individual. If I ever needed to actually go through with a divorce, I don't think I would call Big Mom's divorce lawyer.
What do you mean, bro? That guy's gonna get you the fattest settlement with ease and absolute no harm involved, bro. 20 minutes in and out.
They just coerce the other person into taking the worst possible settlement.
Listen, I don't know what happens in these. They're
just gonna threaten their life and tell them they're gonna they get nothing, and that their client gets it all. If you want to live, you sign the papers. If not, oh well. Life insurance policy.
Listen, man, I guess I'm not a lawyer, but people tell me lawyers can sometimes be kind of sleazy, especially the divorce lawyers. No one likes divorce lawyers, and this might be why.
Wow. What a topic. I didn't think this is how we were going to start this. And boy, was I in for a rude awakening here in the first 20 minutes of this episode. Okay. Well, yeah. So let's keep on trucking with this Big Mom scenario now that we've gotten what could have possibly led us to this point out of the way. So we've got it's rescue Brook time.
Yeah.
And we have this bit going on here where there's a fly in the room, or at least several potentially. I think it's funny that if it's just the one fly constantly dodging all of these attacks, though.
That fly works for the same organization as Perry the Platypus. That guy is living on an edge.
Yeah, he's the advanced version of Perry the Platypus. It knows all of the extra powers that the Marines have. What was the title for these things again?
What are the six powers called?
Six paths. No,
the six powers. I want to say there was like an actual name for this. I just can't remember it.
I know there's an actual name for it. I just can't remember. It was the six something. No. Was six paths? Six paths isn't this? That was like Naruto. Surely that was like Naruto. Surely that was Naruto, right?
Yes. There are six powers, which may or may not be a reference to the six paths. I believe it because Buddhism is very influential in Japanese culture. However, hold on, I gotta look this up. It's killing me. Six powers, One Piece. Rokushiki, that's what it's called.
Well, that's not at all what does that translate to?
The six powers.
Is it just called the six powers?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, never mind then. I thought it had a more sophisticated name than six powers. Anyway, this fly has all six of them and then some. He keeps getting away with it, and not only does Big Mom's wake up sleepily enough, but Zeus and Napoleon and Prometheus also all wake up and try to annihilate this fly. And consistently, when the Straw Hats rescue attempts fail and something happens, they're always like, oh shit, there's that fly again. Brook himself even wakes up and goes, I was just a fly. It was funny. Don't get me wrong. I was here for the bit. But at a certain point, I'm like, guys, just jump in there. Like before Pedro fucked it up by zoning out. This was the exact scenario. I was like, we just got to Indiana Jones this. Pull Brook out real quickly, slap in the other thing, keep your hand on the button so that the giant boulder doesn't come down and roll over us. Or in this case, Big Mom come and slap us.
Bro, I really thought it was over for Pedro. I thought that was it.
Yeah. Each one of them does some weird dumb thing to fuck up their own plan. I guess outside of Nami,
like everyone else had like just unfortunate circumstances occur in the attempt to rescue Brook, and they just got cold feet, and they were like, no, I can't do this. And honestly, I had a lot of hope. I was like, okay, we're going for a bit, and then Pedro stepped up to the plate, and I was like, this is it. We've done all these practice runs. This is the real deal. This one's for my placements.
Right.
And then my man got starry-eyed. He was like, oh man, are the Straw Hats gonna love me after this? Aww. And then a giant boulder started rolling over on him.
Pedro had a very guy moment of that I think is the joke that most guys have these daydreams of stopping an armed attacker and becoming the hero of some scenario. You know, you're in the convenience store and a guy with a knife comes in, but you, the brave citizen, steps up, disarms him, and holds him to the ground when the cops get there, and then your name's in the paper, and they give you a large cash
They give you the
reward
key to
for
the
it.
city.
You get the key to the city.
You get $1
to-
million.
Yeah, you get to
a
cut
free
some
home for
innocuous
some
ribbon.
reason. They give you
Yeah.
a free home, a free car.
This is the shared male experience that we've that we've all gone through, and this is Pedro having one of those moments. They very funny enough also pose Brooke as a girl, as a woman too, because he's
damsel in distress. The
he
princess.
is the damsel in distress. Brooke is the arc princess.
Oh man, that
Move
wasn't on
over,
my bingo
Sanji.
card. Holy,
Move over, Sanji.
I was
Brooke
not
is the
prepared for
arc
that.
princess now.
that's crazy. These are the facts, though. These are the facts. Oda made it happen. Brooke is now the arc princess of Whole Cake Island. No, no one told me this. No one prepared me for this. This is truly a dark horse in the race.
Nobody prepared me either, but you know what? I'm here for it. I am the soul queen now.
Oh my
Brooke
god.
is soul queen, and he slays.
Absolutely.
So Pedro has this moment where he's daydreaming about it, and then he snaps out and he's like, all right, time to do the thing. And then Big Mom goes to smack the fly again. That is Pedro, and he rolls out, and we have to redo this. Nami takes it into her own. Okay, so actually let's rewind. Chopper, already scaredy cat, ends up sniffing something that makes his nose tickly, and he almost sneezes but manages to hold it back. And then, as was expected anyway, he turns around, gives his friend the thumbs up, goes, I got it, don't worry, achoo!
Damn.
And then the whole room wakes up and they go, what's this fly doing here? And then they all attack. They all attack again. Or no, actually they all attack the actual fly, but then one of them, I think, I don't even remember anymore. Something happens. Chopper gets attacked. They've got this fake doll that they're trying to replace it with. They all roll out. Chopper very scared. Now it's Carrot's turn. Carrot, very nimble, light on her feet, gets to the bed, no problem. But she's got to dodge the snot bubble, the sleep bubble, which hilariously all of them have. And very anime. I don't know. You know, I wonder where this sort of trope came from. Why is snot bubble? How did this become a thing? You know,
I don't know.
I wonder what the history behind this is.
Also, it's kind of crazy how like snot bubbles are real, right? Like I feel like as a kid, everyone has experienced the snot bubble, especially if you were like sick and just congested. But like, man, I've just never experienced a snot bubble as an adult. I don't know if that's just like a unique experience or like snot bubbles are a kid only thing because we're smaller and just, I don't know, narrow nasal passages means bigger snot bubble. I don't know.
Less prone to blowing their nose to get all the snot out in the first place because kids are gross as shit.
True. Also true. Yeah, these are good questions. Actually, you know what? Origin of snot bubble in media. Snot bubble.
Yeah, I don't know.
Media, not medicine. Hello,
medicine. Snot bubble in medicine?
The trope is particularly common in Japanese media and works. The instrument. Okay, but where did it come from? Basically, the anime equivalent of.
I wonder. I don't know. I don't know how else you would represent deep sleep like that. I'm not the inventive person to come up with that, but I just wonder why it's specifically snot bubble. We can just have them snore. You know, snoring's a pretty universal. This person's asleep sort of noise, you know.
Well, I mean, I guess you need like a visual representation, just to help everyone involved.
I guess, sure. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder. But either way, Carrot is now faced with the gigantic snot bubble that is Big Mom's, and so in between inflating and deflating, she has to get to Brooke because he gets covered by the snot bubble when it expands. So now she's playing some sort of game here. She's playing a mini game where she has to time it. She times it, gets to Brooke, but oh no, the bubble's encroaching on her again quicker than we thought, and she can't get out. And she gets boing, bounced off, and all seems like it's going to be okay. But then, as it turns out, she was noticed by Zeus. But then she turns herself into a stuffed bunny rabbit doll. She makes herself look like a stuffed bunny. Zeus is like, "All right, we're good." And then she kicks a rock.
And then she kicks a rock.
And Zeus is not having any of it this time. He's like, get this fucking fly out of here.
The rose flies catching all the smoke.
this fly's catching strays, man. I mean, to be fair, flies are fucking annoying. So you know what? I can't wholly blame
Imagine
Zeus.
if that fly is like on a mission from CP9 right now, and he's just like, bro, who is out here ruining my plan?
Yeah. Oh, it's somebody with the fly fruit. Oh, what an awful fruit power. Like you eat the fruit and you like the words fly cross your mind. You're like, oh, I can fly, and it's like, no, you get to turn into a fly.
I mean, yes, but no.
Yes, but no. You can fly, but it's because you're a fly. Oh, what a twist that would be. I'd be pissed, frankly. Yeah, I don't want to be a fly.
I mean, it's not like you're stuck permanently as a fly. If you were stuck permanently as a fly, that would suck. But just like, you know, shift in and out, it's not so bad, right?
It's better than being a normal human, but yeah, it's not my favorite. Especially this turn of phrase, you know, if I see fly and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit. I mean, I know that's not really how the power works. You learn the fruit, the power along with the name, I guess. And all that business. But if I saw fly cross my mind before actually using my power, I would be very upset if then I just went, all right, I activate my power, and then I turn into fly. The other part of this is that Zoans have full regular form, full animal form, and then some hybrid form, and I think the fly hybrid form would be the most terrifying part of this. You're just a normal person, and you have a fly head and then the wings, and maybe even the arms.
Human, and then just fly. Great, cool. Human fly hybrid. I just imagine of the worst mutant from like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ever, and then I cry a little bit.
Yeah, I'm thinking something straight out of Men in Black, you know? Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I mean, but again, like if I'm stuck with just the fly fruit, I'm never going hybrid form.
Literally, same. I am here to be tiny fly on the wall or just be a dude. I am not trying to harness the powers of a fly and a human. Nope.
Unless we're in some niche scenario where maybe I have to try and terrify someone, so I go half and half form.
Terrify myself.
Sure. Yeah, just don't look in the mirror.
I need to make sure that my fly eyes that have like 60 panels or however this thing works don't see each other. Because if I become self-aware in that moment, I think I just break my own mind and I go comatose. I shock myself into a coma.
Into a coma.
That's a real anime moment.
Truly. What if you discover you're into it though? That's maybe more horrifying.
No, I think that'd be worse. I don't want that for myself.
Look, luckily, no fly fruits in this universe.
Thank God.
Unless some scientist comes up with smiles here, then maybe we're
not
a little
in my lifetime, but I'm sure someone's working on it.
Well, never say never. You know, some mad scientist is out there working on it.
I think we'll have the zombie outbreak before then, and if that doesn't end us, then we can get devil fruits.
That's the timeline. Zombie apocalypse. We survive, and then somebody else invents devil fruits to combat them.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't believe in conspiracy theories that much. However, my one like conspiracy theory that I kind of believe in my heart of hearts is that someone somewhere in the world, I don't know if they're alive yet, but they are just like so into zombie media, especially when we had that boom in like the 2010s or something like that. That zombie media boom, that started something somewhere in the world where someone's just like, this is our future. I'm going to make it happen. They want to live in a zombie apocalypse, and someone's working on it actively. There's some lab in a bunker somewhere off the grid where they are actively working on zombie viruses or whatever, or maybe it's not even like for the intention of making a zombie virus, but it's got zombie virus like effects. And bro, what? I remember I would joke. I was like, bro, someone's working on a zombie virus, and one day they're going to be like, I did it. I completed the virus. And they're going to take that vial and just smash it on the floor and say, good luck, world.
Oh, my God. And then they're going to run to their bunker where they've amassed all of their gun supplies and food. And they're just going to play out the rest of their life like a video game. And the rest of us are going to perish.
Someone's working on making this a reality. And that truly scares me.
You're probably right. I think you're probably right.
Anyway, kids, I hope you enjoyed that unsettling thought.
Yes. So anyway, back on to things that aren't potentially existential crisis inducing
in our near future.
Yeah, in our very near future. Yeah. So eventually we get Brook out. You know, Pedro fails his attempt. Nami goes in for one because after Pedro's attempt, Big Mom just drops her new toy on the floor, but not enough to wake Brook up. So we grab Brook, but Brook screams at the top of his lungs because he sees the doll strapped to Nami's back, and for some reason he shouts "Ghost," even though he's looking at a all said and done, a pretty good replica of Brook. He's looking at a pretty good replica of himself, and he goes, "Go, Ghost! Ghost!" And then this wakes up everybody again, and Nami gets saved by Jinbe because Big Mom's gonna crush him, and Prometheus is gonna burn, and it's gonna be a whole thing. But Jinbe to the rescue, and honestly, Jinbe should have just been doing this in the first place. He just shaved in, shaved out, super fast, 20-second adventure, would have been done, would have been great. But alas, here we are. It wouldn't have given us the pure comedy gold of all of the predecessors attempting to free Brook. So for that,
Jinbe is the kind of guy who, I don't know if this is like grandpa energy or not, but like he lets the kids try, you know? He's like, listen, I could get this done in like 2 seconds flat, or there's an efficient way to do this, but the kids really want to give it a go. So just let the kids try, honey.
Yeah, they need to learn by doing.
Yeah.
They need to make the mistakes in order to get the lesson properly.
Exactly.
What's the lesson here? I don't know, but
this is a lesson in stealth missions. They largely failed on as individuals, so they all have room for improvement.
Very much so,
but they'll be ready for next time.
Sure they will. So we got Brook back. Yay! Now Luffy and the man himself that they came for, Sanji, are the only ones that were missing. Brook, I wonder if Brook's gonna have just lasting PTSD from this, you know, be treated as a toy for an afternoon and evening.
Nah, bro. Listen, if you can stare down the soul of Big Mom and give her the fair 1v1, nothing scares that guy. Nerve steel.
Except maybe Pudding, because Brook learns about Pudding in this episode. So now he gets to tell all of the others about Pudding. Well, and along with Nami.
I think he's just in shock at the pure evil that is residing in Pudding.
Yeah.
But Sanji can fix her, though. Don't worry.
Right. Actually, okay. Along those lines, Justin.
Excuse me.
In these episodes, we have this scene of Big Mom with Pudding, a continuation of one we saw last week or started last week. And Brook is there. He's being played with by Big Mom and cuddled by Big Mom and so on. And Pudding's going on about how she was being looked into by Reiju, but she fixed it and so on. And then Big Mom starts going into the details of the murder that's supposed to take place the following day at the wedding, which we'll get to in a second. We can talk about those. I don't know what it was, Justin, but in this scene of Big Mom very viscerally describing step by step exactly how Pudding was going to murder Sanji and then follow up with the rest of the family, because she's also got this gun that is specially made to be able to get through the Vin Smoke family's tough outer skin layer that they've got, their modified skin. In the description, as Big Mom is going on about excruciating detail of how Pudding is going to murder Sanji, you know, they're going to be there. He's going to lift the veil and go in for the kiss, except he's going to see the third eye and he's going to be in total shock at your creepy, ugly face. I don't think she says ugly, but she definitely says creepy in the sub. And I don't know. There's a couple flashes to Pudding in these scenarios, and it's one of two reasons for me. One is what I think is probably the more obvious one, but the fact she's upset that Big Mom, her own mother, is calling her face creepy and referring to her as creepy. But Justin, what if scenario that you've posed, what if she doesn't like the excruciating detail she's going in to for killing Sanji because she's developed this soft spot for Sanji, like you pointed out. And
yes, Christian,
she's still gonna go through with it, but because she's loyal to Big Mom, but she doesn't like having to relive what's going to and over what's potentially going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, like I agree, but not really. I feel like I don't know if Pudding commits to the bit. I don't know if she commits. I think if we are correct in our assumption that she's got feelings for him currently, or they're in development, what have you, I don't think if that's true, I feel like she shouldn't commit to the bit. I think she should have like cold feet at the moment of, for whatever reason, of just like, pulls up the gun and then she's like, oh no, I can't do it. Sanji this, Sanji that, blah, blah, blah. If anything, I would imagine it more as like a like choice paralysis, where it's like, okay, I am like mostly afraid of my mother for good reason, but also Mom kind of mean. And this guy kind of nice. I don't know what to do. I think that's how that plays out.
Yeah, like Sanji has shown her the first bit of kindness she's ever gotten in her life.
Yes, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I denied it the last time you brought this up because Pudding is also inextricably linked to crazy energy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
However, this is not a foreign device, storytelling device anyway. This whole, she's experienced nothing but ridicule and having to beg for the scraps of her parental figure's love her entire life, and that of her siblings as well, because I'm sure basically none of them have shown her kindness outside of Lola when she was younger. So now this blonde boy walks into her life, and suddenly she's like, wait, whoa, hold on. People aren't just assholes all the time. People can be nice. This is not new. However, if it does come to pass that this is the case, I will be disappointed.
Really?
I will be disappointed. Double down on her being a psycho, man. I just let her be the crazy piece of shit that she is, and want to go through. Let her just be evil for the sake of evil, like Doflamingo, man. We don't have, everyone doesn't have to have a turn of face. We already got Reiju in this, where she's presented as this person who's going to be evil. She's part of the evil Vinsmoke family that have shit on Sanji for his entire life, and now she's good. Okay, fine. Then I don't want the opposite. I don't want nice Pudding and then bad Pudding and then wait, she's kind of back to being nice again. I don't want Triple Agent Pudding is what I'm saying. I will be disappointed at the cliche of it.
That's fair,
because we also have already done this with Sanji. Also, there's predisposition for this a little bit with Viola from last arc. Now, of course, Viola was already had a link to the events here, having been part of the family that got overthrown, but that the idea that Sanji is the one specifically that gets her to accelerate her plan and reveal herself in the way she's involved. Like, we've already done this part where like Sanji's the nice guy that gets the girl to soften up, This is slightly different, but still the same to me. And I just don't want it again. Be outside of the whole cliche thing.
That's fair.
So just let Pudding stay crazy, Just let her try and murder. and we'll deal with that. And speaking of which, Sanji is seemingly just planning to let this happen to him too. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. He's just throwing his hands up in the air, and he's not saying, "Hey yo, let's go." He's just giving up.
Yeah, he sits in that hallway, right? And he is just relinquishing himself to the idea that he's just going to show up anyway to the wedding, even though he knows that this is what's going to happen. And he's saying, fuck it. The Vinsmokes need to all be wiped off the face of the planet, and I'm a Vinsmoke. I'm in too deep now. I have to do this now to save you guys and to save Baratier and to save Zeph. And this is all I can do now. He is completely, before the events of what happened afterward, his resolve is completely shattered. He wants nothing more. He thinks nothing will help other than his death along with the Vinsmokes. And it's kind of sad to see that even though he's been given this out where, and this basically reassurance, you know, that he could probably get away fine, he's still just going to let himself be killed, man. It's kind of heart-wrenching.
Hate to see it.
And then that fucker from her family comes through and is like, ooh, food. And Sanji's like, no, that ain't for you. Because also we learned that everything that's in this bento box that he made for Pudding was an assortment of foods that were his friends' favorites. He just, without even thinking, he just made a basket of all of his friends' favorite foods, man, for this woman that he, well, at the time was beginning to love. And now he's seen her for the crazy woman that she is. So he kicks the shit out of that guy and then goes, you know what? I'm over this. I don't know what that guy 30 seconds ago version of me was thinking. That guy, he's stupid. Don't listen to anything he's saying. I'm going to go save my friends. And what does he do, Justin? But go out into the world. He's going to go run to that rendezvous point where he hopes Luffy, his captain, is waiting for him so he can feed him again. He's going to feed his captain again. And boy, does his captain fucking need it.
Hell yeah. Luffy feels like me after an 8-hour shift.
Looks like you too.
Damn, that's crazy. If only I look like the future king of the pirates.
Well, I mean, in the face. he's got eye bags. He's all beaten up. Eyes half closed. Yeah, look like you after an 8-hour shift. You got the shit kicked out of you by those pallet of boxes.
Listen, I sometimes have stuff fall on me, and or worse, I just managed to hurt myself sometimes with my own stupidity. The funniest moment was when I was what was I doing? I was like changing the bag to like a trash bin or something like that, and the like trash bin has like a mechanism to like keep extra bags in it, so you could just like put a roll in and then just keep tugging on it until it runs out. Except it was like extra, like, I don't know, snug or tight or whatever. And so I'm yanking on it. I'm pulling. I finally like get it to like release itself. And I naturally just punch myself in the face in the process. And I'm pretty sure I've done this more than once. And every time it happens, I just like pause, it's like I punched myself into the astral plane and I'm having an out of body experience where it's really just me taking in the moment and just assessing. It's like, did that just happen? That did just happen. Okay. It's funnier when there's other people around just going like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, no. I'm just processing. Just processing my own stupidity.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to take a moment. So yeah, Luffy, meanwhile, while all this other stuff has been happening, he's been running wildly looking for Sanji, calling his name out, drawing attention of basically the entire castle. And as he's running by a certain door, he gets pulled in by a hand, and it's none other than Reiju.
She's not dead, thank God.
She's not dead. I don't think anyone expected her to be dead. Were you expecting her to be dead?
No, I just maybe expect her to not be okay enough to grab Luffy from the hallway.
I see. Yeah, no, I think the entire time when she was with Pudding, she was just kind of disgusted about all the things Pudding was saying. I don't think she was being physically affected. I think you posited at the time that the little slime pickle creature with the hat was maybe poisoning her or something, right? Did you say that?
Yeah, and I was like, listen, she doesn't look well. And then I said poison, and I was like, that was a dumb sentence I said.
Yeah, given that she has some capability of ingesting poison and being fine. Yeah, she's fine, other than the bullet wound in her thigh, and she pulls Luffy in, saves him from the crowd of people that is currently running after his ass. And Luffy very frantically is like, oh, I where's Sanji? You're his sister, you should know. And she's like, well, he was just here. You know, he was just by. And Luffy begins telling her all about Pudding and that she's bad and how Pudding's gonna kill Sanji. And Reiju's like, yeah, I know. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I know. And also Sanji knows too. And Luffy, there's this whole moment of where I think she also tells him that he's planning to get away from the island because she thinks she's convinced him. And at the time, she definitely had not. I don't know what she was thinking when when that conversation ended, because the last thing we saw of that conversation, it did not seem like Sanji had resolved to leave the island. So for her to go, yeah, he's leaving, he's going to escape the island in that moment with Luffy was kind of radical. That was kind of crazy on her end that she really thought that. But anyway, she goes, yeah, he knows. And Luffy's going, oh, thank God. At first, it seems like he's going to be more worried. But then he's thinking to himself, oh, okay, great. That's really all I needed was to let him know that he was in danger. Now I'm going to go back and sit on that hill, which really, I mean, he could have just done anyway. I guess this is more presently important. But so then he jumps out of a window and Reiju is flabbergasted again. She's like, oh, what the fuck's this guy doing? But it's fine. Luffy's... And, really, Luffy doesn't know what he's doing either, because he jumps out that window and just plummets through the roof of someone's house. And he's fine, of course. But, man, is he drawing so much tension to himself and getting the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
Especially at the end, too. Oh man, when he has to fight that one big dude with the girl on his shoulder and he gets stomped again. What a cliffhanger. Poor Luffy.
Yeah. Excuse me. Poor guy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What was the other thing? There was some other thing.
So like I know the Mirror World crew asked Jinbe like how what his status is, and Pedro was like, yeah, no, the roulette is just like no one wins, you just die. No matter what, you're meant to die. And that's all I vaguely remember about it. So I don't know if they said more, if there's any clarity to offer beyond that.
No, that's kind of the long and short of what they said. They just go Brule. I think it's Brule specifically is like, yeah, this shit just, you're just gonna die, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and all of it is just kind of different ways for you to die, I guess, whether it's she takes a certain amount of years or I guess you lose parts of yourself, who knows. But so Jinbe, it's still unclear though exactly what Jinbe did. He clearly didn't spin the roulette wheel, it's certainly made to seem like he didn't, because he says something along the lines of, yeah, I sniffed. I caught a whiff of that roulette wheel and it smelled like death and evil intent. Mm-hmm. So it's seemingly the case that he chose not to spin the roulette wheel, told Big Mom, hey, you know what? It was just a prank, bro. I'm staying. I'll keep doing what you need from you. And that's that. We're chill, right? We're chill. And I guess Big Mom just, if this is the case, Big Mom just let him slide for whatever reason, I guess. And then he just went on to betray her on his own. So now we've got this situation where Jinbe has gone rogue, but he didn't get to do it in the somewhat more honorable way that he wanted to, where he can officially say he did his duty to Big Mom. Because Jinbe is kind of a softie in this regard towards honor and stuff, he wanted to do this the honorable way and give Big Mom the choice to let him go after he's done all of the work that he did for her, a la the poneglyphs and stuff, as payment for protecting Fishman Island all of this time after Whitebeard's death. So now Jinbe's just outright a traitor. So there's a big need for him now. He's in a similar situation, almost a similar situation as Sanji, where now, should Big Mom be let on the loose, then she might retaliate against Fishman Island and to get back at Jinbe. So now it feels like it's pretty pressing that we actually deal with Big Mom here. I think at one point, Brendan surmised, or really was curious of me, wondering whether or not we get off this island without having actually defeated Big Mom in any way. And I think with all of the consequences that are sort of about to stack up here, it feels like back then when he was asking, maybe it was plausible that it happened, but I'm going to stick to my guns from even then and be like, nah, at some point we gotta beat the shit out of Big Mom, because now there's a lot riding on this in terms of whether or not she actually comes back, and like, if we don't do anything to her now, what's she gonna fire back with?
True. Many things are on the line now. Got Fishman Island at stake, but like for real this time again. I think Baratier's probably in someone's scope. You know, and if Big Mom really felt like it, she could target Nami's village, Usopp's village, anything and everything we care about.
Yeah, she's shown to have some level of spy network or something, given information network, probably a little more accurate, because she's got hands all over the place. Her family's big, her crew bigger, so there's a lot she clearly has, you know, on a lot of people. So I think there's a lot of incentive here to beat up Big Mom in some way that either puts her out of commission for a long time or gets her, I don't know, under the hands of the Marines or something. Because if Big Mom can get beaten up, sure, but if we just leave her and she recovers, really, what have we accomplished? All the problems are still the same. So it feels as though almost there needs to be some lasting consequence for Big Mom, whether she gets imprisoned by the Marines or Luffy just so wholeheartedly intimidates her somehow that she just doesn't want to fuck with him ever again, or anyone related to him. I don't know.
How do we get rid of Big Mom by like killing her off, but not killing her? Because Luffy doesn't kill. That's the real question.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I need to pause.
Okay,
Note the time. All right. Well, welcome back, Justin.
Welcome back.
This is gonna make no sense to the audience. Because all of the last 12 minutes of real time got cut, but for them it's mere seconds. Dealing with a little bloody nose, no problem. I'm alive. It's fine. We're good. So we were talking about One Piece, if I recall correctly.
Are you sure? I thought Naruto was on the brain. I don't know.
Naruto was on the brain a little bit when we were talking about the 6 powers, the 6 paths. I don't remember. My brain cells went out of my nose along with some of the blood in my body. So I'm just gonna say that we were talking about Jinbe
and how he gave you Fishman Karate Judo throw, and that's why you have a bloody nose.
Straight to the nose. Yeah, yeah, broke it clean. Going for surgery tomorrow.
Oof.
No, actually, I'm gonna move this on to something I know we definitely hadn't talked about yet, but I'd been thinking it before. I'm also, I guess it's part clarification as well, because I don't remember if we talked about this last week. But with the reveal of Pudding and her nature, the idea of her third eye and what exactly it meant or what it could be. Did we talk about last week that we got the answer to that question?
Run that by me one more time.
Pudding. Third eye. Last week we got information that it's because she's she is part 3-eyed person, which is just a race that apparently exists. Rare.
I don't remember that part. I don't remember her being part of a tribe or race of people. I don't remember that tidbit.
It's part of a previous discussion she had, Pudding that is, with Big Mom. And apparently these 3-eyed people are pretty rare, but there's some kind of power that's linked to the fact that they have a third eye, and there's there's an awakening that needs to happen because of it, or in order to utilize the full power of this third eye. That is said last time. I guess we didn't talk about this, given that you seem to be kind of confused by it.
Memory bad. Memory storage is full.
Yeah,
I think I'm slowly remembering us talking about her being a race or part of a different race of people, because I have this vague memory of me saying that, like, okay, we got long leg people, we got long arm people, we got long earlobes, but that might just be an NO special. So I was pondering what other...
That'd be a very niche race of people.
I mean, so are long legs and long arms. So
but I feel like ears/earlobes is maybe, I don't know, it just fits into a different category than them, I guess. It's not like a major limb of the body. I don't know.
I'm just imagining someone using their long earlobes as nunchucks now. It's kind of
funny. Yes, no, that what you're talking about happened when it was first revealed that Pudding had a third eye, and you were, I just went, oh well, this could probably be linked to devil fruit, but you said could be a race of people. You also at the time said that would be lame as shit.
I wanted to Cyclops people, but then one of you was like, well, that wouldn't be a Cyclops, it would be a whatever. And then I said, oh, never mind, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, you for some reason, her not being a Cyclops, her being a Triclops was way worse, and you went, never mind, that's dumb. So now how do you feel given that it's been revealed that this is the truth? She is part of a race of three-eyed people. Are you still holding the same opinion here, or is this has anything changed?
Honestly, with this information, I'm looking beyond the third eye tribe or whatever you call them. I'm sure they're great. I don't care. This is all I needed to confirm in my heart of hearts that long earlobe people are also a race of people, and we're gonna learn so much about NL in a near future, well, maybe not near, but in a future. Earlobe gang rise up.
This isn't the new information I thought I would get out of you, the opinion I figured you would have, but I'm here for it, I guess. This is something.
Other opinion or whatever thoughts on actual third-eyed members. So like they got a Rinnegan or something, or some other kind of Kekkei Genkai. Surely they can, like, I don't know, see chakras or something.
I don't know. I don't remember. The thing is, I don't remember what I don't remember if Big Mom specifically outlined what features of the power there are, or what sort of ability it comes with the third eye opening in the first place. But yeah, there's something here that, and putting, because it seems she's half three eye, half human, she can't fully awaken it, or is having trouble awakening this six pass power. But so I'm interested to see what comes along with it. You think there's an equivalency for all of the other human body extension people, or non-human, the long legs,
like they also have a Kekkei Genkai or something?
They have some kind of special ability that only their race can have.
Oh no, I feel like I'd like to believe in a world where that is true. I just can't imagine what it would be. Like long leg people, I guess, like it would make sense if they were like extra fast, or like, I don't know, could jump real good. That would make sense to me. I don't know what long arm people do. I don't know how you give that a superpower exactly. Third eye tribes, honestly, they could probably just see the future or some crap, something super simple.
Yeah, that's probably true. Slightly boring if true, because that feels like a very third eye sort of power to have. Just being able to see into the future or peer into the future.
Okay, so it's either like on the nose and just like plain Jane, or Oda completely subverts our expectations with the third eye tribe. And I don't know how you undercut us. Like, does she breathe fire from the eye? Is that how you undercut us? Yeah,
make it like the enemy from Legend of Korra, where he can shoot the eye. He's like an airbender, right? But he shoots concentrated air out of his forehead. That was one thing I wish I had more expansion on. The two characters in the Avatar animated series universe where these firebenders just have a third eye tattooed onto them, and they can suddenly like essentially shoot a laser or what have you. They're just hey, here's like a stream of air, and then it just goes kaboom. Yeah, it was very odd, very strange. No expansion, or at least not enough. I need more, mostly so I can understand that broken power of like Combustion Man. It's like, all right, I'm going to take a deep breath and oh wait, he was a firebender, wasn't he? Yeah. Oh, okay. There's also the girl. There was like a lady who had a more active role in Legend of Korra, who had the same power, and also went out in a very brutal way. Oh my god. Legend of Korra is so good, bro. Truly. Yeah, man. Yeah, do something different, Oda. I hope this isn't just foresight with third eye. Pudding's gonna breathe fire from her forehead. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Or if it's still, it's been disproven, but what if it's still Pedro's eye somehow? Like she is part three-eyed person, but she wasn't born with that third eye, so they had to implant one in order for her powers to awaken.
I can get behind this. I like this. Hold on, you're cooking.
Yeah. And for some reason, it changed the eye color because the eye colors definitely don't match. But hey, this is anime logic.
That's just part of the anatomy of a third eye tribe member,
Exactly. It just adapts
you can
to the
swap
body.
eyeballs like light bulbs, and they all, whatever the new replacement is, just like, just automatically contours to your body's needs.
Yep. But yeah, I think I feel pretty good about what we've got here.
Beautiful. With that being the case, then next week is episode 824 to 826. You got quotes? Because I don't.
I have one quote here. A lot of this episode, I mean, you were kind of right at the top of the show when you said that you don't want to say nothing's really happened these episodes, but not a whole lot really went down. It is sort of it's a group of episodes that really function as a regrouping of the Straw Hats that are here, where we're just collecting them all up again in various ways. The most we get out of this is kind of the Luffy stuff where he runs into Reiju and then is going to meet Sanji at the specific spot. Otherwise, it's just kind of getting the band back together. So that being said, at one point in the beginning of 821, Luffy running through the hallways of I think he just gets done beating up one of those other brothers again, and he is running down the hallway and he goes, his stomach is grumbling more and more often these days. He runs off and he goes, Sanji, I'm hungry. Oops. Sanji, where are you? Sanji.
Trying so hard to not be selfish.
He really wants to find Sanji, but he's also really hungry as well and is beginning to feel it. So yeah, that's the only quote really I have in these episodes. Nothing else super stuck with me, really.
Fair enough.
And with that, we move on to the old golden ham, in which I don't really know who I want to pick. I'll be honest with you.
I want to say it should go to someone during the
Brook retrieval,
Brook rescue segment. I just don't know who we give it to in that room.
Well, I think in that case, the obvious choice is maybe Jinbe, but for executing the plan finally and getting Nami out of there, we've got Brook back.
But what if we gave it to someone for just being funny?
I would give it to, I don't want to give it to Pedro again. Pedro's was funny, having that whole dream sequence. Rabbit, kill me. Carrot's most meaningful contribution to funny in this instance was turning into a bunny doll. Chopper's wasn't really that funny. Yet another instance of Chopper.
What if Chopper MVP for finding everyone? He saved Pedro. Okay. Technically.
How about Carrot, but for her drawing, for her incredible drawing.
I need to find that because I don't fully remember it. Carrot draws.
It was very, very much a artistic rendition of the five guys.
What is
four
this?
Guys and Nami.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I did not remember it very well. I expected it to be like stick figures. No, this is so much better.
It's an actually good drawing, generally speaking. Does any of them look like themselves? No, except for maybe Nami. Nami's kind of similar to the drawing, but
this is incredible.
It feels like old school anime where sort of style where everything's kind of pointed. They have big eyes and the boys are sparkly.
Bro, can I make this my like header on like all of my profiles on everything? This is incredible.
This feels like a screenshot I would have seen out of Oron High School Host Club. Like some character is seeing the Host Club boys for the first time, and that's their like idyllic version of all of them.
This is amazing. I love this. I love this so much.
Can we give it to just the drawing?
No, actually, I would.
I'm fine with this. If we gave it to Carrot's drawing.
Absolutely. Carrot's artistic rendition of the Straw Hat Pirates. And Pedro. Straw Hats and Pedro.
Yeah, I'm so with
Has
this.
my vote.
I'm fine
This is
with
great.
this.
This is fantastic. This
Excellent. I love it.
I love this. Now I gotta find a good picture to leave for Dylan.
821 to 823. Carrots drawing
There we go.
of the Straw Hats and Pedro. That might be the longest description we've ever had to put for a Golden Ham winner on the sheet. Oh god, this is gonna be up there with the likes of Usopp's Boomerang. Man, what a time. What a time.
What a time.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, we've got, do we have some fan mail this week?
Yes. Where's my tab?
Okay.
We got an email from listener William here, and they write, "Hi, just wanted to email you this fan letter. I didn't know if I could email you, but I'm trying right now. So if you read this, yay. So I had an idea for a garb gab you could try called Corrida Coliseum, where each host had to fight each other inside the Coliseum, and you could bring one character with you as your partner that was featured in this week's episodes outside the Straw Hats. You could draw straws to see who would go first." That's a pretty cool idea. I kind of like it. I like the idea of us. We all line up or whatever. We spin a wheel for our partners and hope we get not a chess piece minion, and then we just, I don't know, flip a coin to see who wins or something like that.
I feel like the goal, there should be some kind of goal with it, not just like a fight to the death like in the Coliseum. It should be, I don't know, to have the funniest, like some other, like if you get assigned a character, you pick a character, and if you had to compete in a bake-off or something, and this character was your partner or something like that, you know what I mean? It needs to be something better than just a fight to the death, because then everyone's just going to clamor for like Luffy in the episode or something. Not a bad idea. I like the concept with some added twist besides just a fight to the death.
Mayhaps. It's a work in progress. See what happened. Okay. So that was just an idea I had. So now I have questions. Question number 1: which devil fruit would each podcast member have? I don't want the biscuit fruit, but I want a fruit that can make me food. So like, do I want the biscuit fruit?
Do you want the candy fruit from that one movie?
Not really, no. I'm not into candy, and I don't love graham crackers that much.
Want cream?
Base graham crackers where it's just like, it's bad, bro. Graham crackers where they have like cinnamon and or sugar applied to them. At the very minimum, I need a cinnamon graham cracker. If it's just some honey wheat nonsense, get it out of here. Garbage.
I have a fun fact about graham crackers, actually, if you want to hear it.
Please do.
This was intentional. What you're describing, that graham crackers were plain and not very fun of a snack to eat. The guy who created them, wouldn't you know it, his name was Graham. He was a very devout individual and sought an end to all of the illicit behavior performed by especially teenagers before marriage. And so in his quest to stop people from being so horny, he decided that he was going to make a food in order to do that. And so he created graham crackers thinking that it would be so plain and boring to eat that it would make you less horny. And it would make you want to have sex less. And
I want to say he partially succeeded.
Well, he did until he didn't, because then everyone went, this is garbage by itself. Let's throw all of this other stuff on it to make it edible. And then the original base graham cracker was just the cracker. Even the like honey version that you're talking about, you don't like, that didn't even exist. It was just a cracker, dude, like a saltine cracker, basically, but without the salt. And it was a biscuit. It was a biscuit with no flavor, kind of very reminiscent of the ones that you would eat in mass, the body of Christ. So but then eventually people were like, this was a good idea, except it's got no flavor. And then they put all the honey and the cinnamon and all of the sugar and stuff on it. And now it's been bastardized from its original intention. But there's your today I learned segment fact for the day.
Incredible. Yeah. Was I saying something before this?
You still
write
really,
an email.
You still have to pick whatever fruit you want for.
Man, is there any other food, bro? Just no one's got like the kitchen fruit, bro. It was lame. All right, hold on. I want door fruit.
Ooh, I not bad. I like it. I if it was my choice. And I'm picking a fruit that I specifically want, I'd probably pick something along the lines of the light fruit. That's not what it's actually called, right? It's called something else. But Glint. Like yeah, I'd pick like the Glint or Eneru's Rumble fruit. You know, lightning, light-based powers, always great. Love those. Some of the coolest shit in anime. If I'm picking something along the lines of what if somebody just looked at me or saw me and would be like, yeah, he would have this devil fruit as opposed to my personal preferences, they'd probably pick some kind of animal fruit if I had to guess. I'd end up with a giraffe fruit, which honestly, I'm not opposed to either, because then I can be sturdy as shit and go pasta machine.
Pasta machine.
But all right, is that it for the email, or is there more?
Other question that's not really, I mean, it's a question. I don't know why I said it's not going to be a question. Anyway, are you going to watch the 3D 2Y movie? I was really surprised you didn't have an episode reacting to it. I mean, Bucky is a main character in it. Honestly,
I forgot that existed.
Did you guys watch that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's like I don't know if it's like an actual full blown movie or like a TV special called 3D 2Y. I think it largely just summarizes the events of like the Marine War, like the post stuff, like the in between of the 2-year gap, kind of sort of. This is me speculating. I don't remember watching this thing to know it very well by its content. I don't know if you guys did this and I just wasn't around for it at any point.
No, I definitely didn't. I definitely can tell you that we did not watch this. I googled it to see what would come up, and it's a TV special. It tells the story of the 2-year training period for Monkey D. Luffy.
Okay.
It seems like that's particularly all it is, and Boa Hancock's involved in some way with her sisters. Her and her sisters end up. Oh, good. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So they're introduced to the story at some point, but only to be kidnapped and turned into damsels in distress. Cool. Got it.
Nice.
Yeah. Just take the strong female character that they want to sort of put up on this pedestal as not needing no man other than Luffy, and just have her get kidnapped by the government. Got it. Cool.
Because she needs no man except Luffy.
Yeah. I don't know. This movie sounds bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whatever this is, I hate it already. It's got such a basic bitch plot that I don't want anything to do with this.
Rest of the email reads, or rest of the non-spoiler parts reads, if you ever need extra content, you should try playing One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 once you finish the arc, or One Piece World Seeker, set shortly after the events of Whole Cake, and it's semi-canon with places and characters. And the story is really good. Plus bonus DLCs for Law, Zoro, and Sabo. The game is super fun, and I beat the main story plus the Zoro DLC. It's really good and ties in well for a break between Whole Cake and the next arc. I don't know if you, Mister, I got 20,000 video games in the backlog. I don't know if you need One Piece Pirate Warriors in your life.
No, I don't think so. I also don't find games based off of anime to ever be fun, really.
I feel like
a lot of times because they're fighting games, but also,
I think Pirate Warriors would be okay if you're just down to farm a bunch of minions, essentially. If you're just trying to play your favorite anime character, do all the cool powers and moves they have, and just fight through like waves of little minions, that's a great game for you. If you're not into that semi-mindless gameplay, I think, is World Seeker the one I'm thinking of? World Seeker was a pretty highly rated game. It had like actual like plot and stuff like that. If it's the game I'm thinking of, I think the only reason I wouldn't play that game is the combat is like turn-based, and I'm generally not a fan of that unless it's like literally Pokemon.
This Pirate Warriors 4, I remember this is a couple of years old at this point. I feel like I remember people liking this at the time, but yeah, again, it is a more open world-ish action adventure game thing. It's not a fighting game, which is a plus, but also I mean at the time I had to avoid it because major spoilers. Even now, I still don't know if it's spoilers or not, but I don't know. I probably won't play it, but I appreciate the recommendation. If I'm really like at the end of my rope somehow with my video game backlog, then I'll check it out, but that probably won't ever be the case. That's an eternal backlog for sure.
Just like me and my Netflix cart, just keep adding to it.
Oh yeah, I've got that too. There's so many shows and movies even too that I just haven't been able to watch because I have to choose between so many different things to do.
He's an adult now, has a real job, no time, only monies.
Was that it for the email?
Yeah, the rest, yeah, that's it for us here at One Piece Lime. I don't know why I sound like I was a news anchor.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Thank you, William, for the email. Appreciate you.
Thank you, William, for the email and the questions. Very awesome of you. This week's producer shout out goes to Taco.
Wow.
Thank you, Taco, for continuing to support this show. We love you so much. And you just gave me your newest recommendation. Today is February 2nd as of this recording, and I am quite excited. Actually, I already told you this, but to put it out publicly to the world, I am very excited for this newest movie, and that's all you get for now. Go watch Panda Views.
Hell yeah.
But with that being said, we are on to the Gab section.
Gab. I don't know why I'm moshing in my room.
Well, it's never a bad time to mosh, surely.
Some might disagree. I'm not sure if I'm one of those people.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. Exactly. As long as you're on board with this, then there's no one else to refute. Yeah. Especially when you're in the comfort of your own home. You know, no one's there to observe you.
Don't crowd kill in your own home. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't wall of death. I don't know how you would do it, but don't wall of death in your own home. Maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of walls, and I just need to be the other one.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that being said, I need you to reach into this here Gab so that we can find out what we're doing this week.
Wait, why is there smoke coming out of it? Hold on. Is there like dry ice in here? There's like
no. I wouldn't recycle a bit that we just recently did. What am I, Brendan?
Why is it smoking? I thought it was kind of cool. It sounded like a nice ambiance of like, ooh, mystical Gab. What's inside?
Oh, well, that's because I installed a smoke machine at the bottom of it.
Ooh, nice.
to make it very suspenseful what comes out of it. Yeah. Also, it reminds me of my empty wallet.
Ooh, that's relatable. And I grab this orb. It is an orb.
Mm-hmm,
it is an orb. And
once the smoke's clear, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, stares deeply into my soul. And I'm gonna hold on. The orb reads rain check. Oh, it's Magic 8 Ball. Hold on, let me give it a shake. Yeah. Magic 8 Ball says, what bends your mind every time you think about it? Or as I would like to translate this question into what's just like a giant mind fuck in the world? Like something that you just can't wrap your head around. And I'll start off.
Yeah, please.
So science can explain a lot of things. And I can understand a lot of science when it's explained to me and broken down to me on a super like elementary level. Right. One thing that I just can't wrap my head around is telecommunications, like or like how we transfer like okay. So like I understand that when I speak into my phone, my voice gets turned into like sound waves, and then that sound wave gets turned into like electrical energy, and it gets sent through the ionosphere, which is like outer layer of our atmosphere that electromagnetic waves can travel through or whatever. It passes through a whole network of things that I don't fully understand as a regular dude. And then it ends up on the other side of the phone in like someone's ear or whatever. And, goes into their phone. My voice goes from electrical particle light, blah, 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 into a sound wave that you hear through the speaker. I understand that, like in terms as a matter of fact, but like truly understanding that, I can't. Like I can't conceptualize that. It's like at some point, I don't know if people could just explain that thing to me. It's like what do you mean my voice when like sound wave gets converted by something in a machine, gets sent into outer space essentially, and then just travels in the blink of an eye, and I could talk to somebody on Discord or whatever. Like that that doesn't make sense to my brain. My brain can't wrap around that idea. Like, and I hate that I don't understand that, but I'll always question it. I'll always be like, well, how does that work? Like, and they'll like someone could explain it to me, but I'll just be like, okay, I know you just explained it to me, but like, how does that work? How does you make like a record, right? Like, how does my voice get translated into like these little nooks and crannies on a vinyl, and then a machine with a needle reads it and it spits back noise at me? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Things like that, where it's just like, I understand it, but then there's just something a little bit further beyond my understanding, and I'm just here like, how does that happen? How does that work?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I've had that thought before, where it's the exact same thing. It's, I know fundamentally how this works, but it's just kind of it's just so weird to think about that your voice is just translated into an electrical signal, passed through so many different things, and then ends up on the other side of a thing, more or less.
Like, how did we discover that? How do we like? How did we get to like? We have made such massive progress. Like, we're talking on Discord through the internet. Someone had to start with like the sonogram, the phone, like bro, the phone. How did someone go, yeah, I'm gonna talk into this receiver, and then we're gonna like the receiver is gonna make an electrical impulse through like a phone line and then talk to the other side? Like, how did we do that?
Yeah,
I will
crazy.
never understand.
It's crazy. I have, I think, two answers to this. One along the same lines as you, and one that is not along the same lines. So I'll start with the one that is similar. The invention of, and I think this has come along recently for me, having my job involve aircraft much more often, but the idea that these giant hunks of metal full of machinery and stuff that is insanely heavy can then take off and fly through the skies, fundamentally we can understand that it's because these massive engines generate lift and enough forward momentum that then it's just about negating air resistance and so on. But the idea that these were ever invented, like someone came up with this concept, this idea that if you just generate enough forward momentum, and you have these tiny, and back then these paper mache flaps that just allow you to angle upwards and then take off into the air and then fly for long distances. You're traveling across fucking continents with these metal boxes, and that fundamental, like, I know how they work, but it's still such a crazy invention to me. And then in the same vein, you get spacecraft, which is an entirely different ball game in terms of inventing and engineering feats of genius. But I think one other thing that sort of, to answer the question, that isn't an invention or something, is the human brain weird thing. You don't want to talk about mind mending. Think about how the brain is the only organ that named itself, but specifically, I think what is some of the most interesting is the way that people dream, and how just like the way that dreams affect or are affected by the person and the things that have happened to them, and the way that certain ideas are portrayed to them through dreams, and how over time many cultures and civilizations have attributed meaning to dreams, or the way that dreams happen, or to the point where it's seen as prophecy for some early cultures and civilizations, and how there's all kinds of jokes online too, of different shared experiences in dreams where you're trying to run in a dream, and you're trying to make yourself run in dreams, and it's just slog. You can't force yourself to do it. And then there's a whole different ball game with like lucid dreaming, and people intentionally inducing lucid dreams so that they can control what happens in them, and feel like you can have this almost out of body experience and be able to remember so vividly your dreams. Then there's some schmuck like me who like so very, very rarely remembers what happens in my dreams. And then I talk to people that are like, yeah, I remember a lot of my dreams when in the morning when I wake up. I can recall a lot of them. I don't know if this is what the case is for you. Do you remember your dreams typically, or do you feel like you don't?
The second I wake up, I have 100% memory of my dream, and that memory fades exponentially as each second progresses in time.
Yes, I'm the same way. I have found that if I ever wake up and I want to remember a dream that I had, if I write down enough details immediately, I will be able to recall a lot of it afterward. Like if I go back and revisit those notes. But if I let the memory decay for more than 5 seconds,
literally,
it's just gone. It's gone.
It's just gone.
It's gone forever. And I will.
It'll happen in like live action. It'll just be like you'll try, like you'll be actively thinking about it. But if I don't get like all the major plot points like jotted down in my brain fast enough, me trying to remember, I'll just lose the memory. I'm like, what was I thinking about?
Yeah, it's so strange because you're right. It happens so immediately and in such real time. I can be talking about it out loud to myself, not even just to someone, and I'll be like, and then it started like this, and then this thing happened, and then where am I? What is this? Like it's just gone. Like I'm so just confident gone. For the first 5 seconds that I can recall this dream and the events of what had happened, and then it's all just gone. The only and sometimes I will just have the lingering feeling of what it was like in the dream. Like if it was a good dream or a bad dream or neutral or whatever, or sad, whatever it was, I'm just left with the emotion of it. And I don't know why, but I don't know why anymore. I just know that this dream gave me joy, but I have no idea why.
And something about that seems extra cruel.
It does.
Like I am left with the remnants of some like powerful emotion that stemmed from this thing that happened inside my brain, and I'm just here like I can't recall,
and I can't bring it back.
Nope.
Yeah, and that is crazy to me. The brain is weird.
The brain named itself. That's the new mindfuck for me. The brain named itself. That's crazy, bro. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Let that one marinate.
One brain named itself, and then everyone said, "Yeah, that's me."
All of the brains colluded and then went, "Yeah, that's right. That is right."
Is this evidence of our collective consciousness?
Yes.
Are we one mind of a mind soup?
We are hive mind.
We are hive mind, confirmed. Free turn to the hive. Buzz.
All right. Well, that feels pretty good. That's a successful gab to me.
That was great. Shout out to the rain check. Shout out to the garb gab.
Shout out.
Giving us much to ponder.
You wanna take us out with the last dregs of your energy?
Absolutely. I need to make dinner. Thank you for listening to our show today, tonight, tomorrow, whenever you listen to this. If you wish to contact us on social media, you can do so on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm going to keep calling it Twitter for the rest of the time, at Panda Sightings. If you wish to send us an email like William did, you could do so at pandasightings@gmail.com. We have a Discord server. That is where we sometimes hang out. That's where our community hangs out. Lots of cool people in there. That is also where you can financially support us directly right now at the moment. We are transitioning away from Patreon. If you wish to alternative ways to financially support us, we have a Redbubble merch shop full of stickers and designs that could be pressed onto other things. We are in the background working on other merchandise ideas. We are hard at work. Nothing has come to fruition yet, but the labor is being put in there, and don't you worry, kids. Something mediocre will pop up soon. Don't you worry, kids. We're working on it.
Nah, they're gonna be great.
They're gonna be great. But also, like, don't get your hopes up. All right, I don't. All these kids are about hype and whatever. I'm not trying to build hype. I'm just saying you're getting a thing. All right. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, well, there's always Sailor Scout Zoro stickers on Redbubble. Can never go wrong with those. Rate us 5 stars and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you choose to listen to us. Feel free to even forward it to me on socials or on emails, whatever. I'll read it out or what have you if you really want us to see it. Because I enjoy reading them.
Yeah, make it funny so it's entertaining to listen to.
Yeah, exactly. Share us with your friends, your family, your mother, your father, your cousin, the dog at the park. Everyone,
especially the dog at the
everywhere.
Park, and send me a picture of it.
Exactly. But we haven't gotten a pet pic in a long time. God damn.
Well, you got to be in our Discord and catch some Hall of Pets pictures. But also, listeners, if you don't want to join the Discord, email us your pets. Let's
Absolutely.
get that train going again. We were getting a lot of them at the beginning of the show, and it petered off a little bit as people joined the Discord.
To the end of time, so we can have its own like little corner. We should make our own segment out of it. This week in pets.
Yeah,
and it could just be, you know, hey, hey Justin, here's a picture of my like squirrel, Joshua, and it's just this picture of squirrel Joshua doing squirrel things. I don't know why I chose a squirrel, and I don't know why I just named this squirrel Joshua. I
don't know either, but I want him.
I need it to be real.
Somebody out there, go adopt a squirrel and name it Joshua and send it. But also we have an audio based medium, so like sharing them on a weekly basis is just probably not something we do on the show. It would just be to make our day, our week. Well, I mean,
we could talk about it. We could give it an audio description, then like share it on socials. Surely,
sure, yeah. Let's drive engagement to those social media platforms that we use all the time.
Absolutely. This is how we do it. This is how you become a podcaster.
Yes.
This is how you make it to the big leagues. Photos.
This is how we get to the Crunchyroll Awards.
Hell yeah.
pet photos.
One pet photo at a time, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's it. That's my big spiel. I think I've said all the things.
Excellent work. And excellent work with the episode this week.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go make dinner now. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go eat dinner now too. Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
Mwah.